Alrighty, good afternoon. Okay, so this is going to be our first reading. It's called Insect World Butterflies. And it's by Marie Schwash. So let's get a closer look. It says lots of butterflies. So today we've been talking about butterflies for the past week. And finally I can record. So lots of butterflies. It's a sunny day. Butterflies fly in the garden. They look for food. Where will they find it? Let's see. Let's find out. Where are they going to find this food? What do you think? Well, do you see those butterflies? What are they doing? They're flying and they're around the flowers. But let's see. Where do we think they're going to be eating? Thin antennas smell. So their antennas on the top, remember, they're going to smell. Look, here is the food. They found food in the flowers. And look what they're doing. So now they have a long tongue, right? And they're going sip, 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 sip. So see, it's long tongue. So that's their long tongue. And it's sipping on the nectar. The nectar from the flower is very, very sweet. So that's what they look for. So that's why they're always flying around these flowers, because they're looking for nectar. And look, they found it. Ooh, so we're seeing the antennas. We're looking close up at the antennas, the eyes, their tongue, right? Very long tongue. They have their legs and wings. And today we read another book that said that they had 4 wings, right? So they have 2 pairs on each side. 2 pairs on this side, 2 pairs on that side, and together they have 4 wings. Zoom, zoom. They fly and fly. They use their 4 wings. Tiny scales give the wings colors. So today we were talking about if all butterflies look the same, right? And we said that all butterflies look different. They have different colors, different patterns. They feel differently, right? So they're not all looking the same. And you can see a little picture of the scales up on top. So those are the scales. Butterflies taste flower. They use their feet. They find the best one. So they're using their feet to find the best flower. And then look at this on the next page. They lay eggs. And that's what we've been talking about, right? Insects lay eggs. And look at the butterflies' eggs. Caterpillars hatch. And then we see our little caterpillars over there. Ooh, look at those caterpillars. And we also talked about caterpillars not being the same colors, right? And different textures too. They come in different textures, different sizes, different colors. The caterpillars, they eat, and they grow. The caterpillar then forms a shell, and now it's a pupa. The pupa changes. And remember, we spoke about this change that's called metamorphosis. So metamorphosis is just a dramatic change that happens. And we know that dramatic change is from the caterpillar to butterfly, right? Because it looks nothing alike. So when the baby hatches and then it grows up, it doesn't look the same, right? We have other insects that look just like the mom or the dad, right? They don't go through a metamorphosis. They don't go through a dramatic change because that's how they are, right? But a butterfly goes through metamorphosis. It goes through a dramatic change. And now it is a butterfly. So this is once again going all over the life cycle of a butterfly. Starts from an egg, then a little caterpillar hatches, right? And the caterpillar is also called a larva. And then when the larva eats, the caterpillar or larva form a shell, just like in the picture. And then that's called a pupa, right? Or in this case, we said it was either a cocoon or a chrysalis. If it's a butterfly, it's a chrysalis. And if it's a moth, it's going to form a cocoon. But that's the pupa stage, where it's forming the cocoon or the chrysalis. And then out will be a butterfly or a moth, depending on what kind we have. And it looks for food, so it fly, butterfly, fly. So the butterfly has to fly and look for food, and then the cycle begins all over again. Don't forget, in another book, we also read that the butterfly waits until its wings, because when it comes out of the chrysalis or the cocoon, their wings are wet. So it has to wait for them to dry, and then they will begin to fly, okay? And start looking for food. And this is just the parts of a butterfly. We have the antenna, which we have on top. We've been reviewing a lot of this. This is all the same. We've been doing reviews. They have the eyes, their tongue, their legs, and their wings, okay? And then we have a picture glossary here where it has caterpillar, which is a worm-like creature that later changes into a butterfly. Hatching or hatch means to break out of an egg. We have pupa, which is the third stage of a caterpillar's life. The pupa changes into a butterfly. And then we have scales. So the scales are these tiny thin parts that cover a butterfly's wings, bodies, and legs. And this was our reading for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And guess what? We also have a little quiz here. So let's see. It says Insects World Butterflies, and we can start our quiz. So now it says butterflies sip with. So, we read this in the story. What do butterflies sip on with? Do they use their long tongues, their feet, their feelers are the antennas, or their lips? So what are they sipping the nectar? Remember, because they're sipping on nectar. But what did they use in the picture? That's right. They use their long tongues. Correct. What do thin antennas do? What do antennas do? Do they taste? They do nothing? They smell? Or they look? So what are they doing with their antennas? Okay, let's see. Smell. Yes, that's right. So with their antennas, they're smelling. They're using the antennas to smell. Now the third question says, but tiny scales give wings. What do the tiny scales on the wings give the butterfly? So they give them color, caterpillars, eggs, or texture. What does it give them? That's right. Let's see. It gives them color, right? The tiny scales are giving the butterfly colors. After butterflies lay eggs, what happens? So once there's a little egg, what happens to the egg? So let's see. It says nectar hatches, caterpillars hatch, they fly, or they go to sleep. Correct. So after the eggs are laid, a caterpillar is going to hatch. And that is the end of our quiz. Yay. Alrighty. So that's the end of this book. And we will be having another read aloud for later. Alrighty? Okay, enjoy.